Hey guys, and welcome back to another video and another day of the Legend League challenge. Now it's day 6, which means you guys only have to watch those hybrid attacks 2 more times, like today and tomorrow, and then we have it. Like then it's done. Then it's over. So let's take a look at yesterday, where we had like a pretty decent day on offense and on defense, the highest score so far. And today it's looking pretty good since we have already 1 star on our side. We have already a pretty low percentage 2-star, and so far I'm kind of lucky, but so far no 3 stars on my base so far. If you guys would like to see the base, make sure that you're checking out the video after the last Legend Day video, because I will show that to you guys. I will share the link and everything, so make sure to stay tuned and follow the channel to get all of the insights. But well, for today, we want to push a bit further, and if you guys would like to support me, if you guys would like to support the channel and this project and everything what I'm doing, then you can do that easily with just getting in your settings and more settings, and then you can find at the bottom the creator code, or like the creator boost code. And if you want to support me, just type in the code iTzu, small or big letters, doesn't really matter. And well, that's how it works. So let's get started with the first attack, because as you guys can tell by the length of the video, we won't have too many attacks in this video, so I will do more like a highlight video. And we're starting off once again with one of those teaser bases. And I'm super sorry, guys, you're not only getting tired of hybrid, but you're getting tired of hybrid of those teaser bases as well. And I cannot pick my bases. I have to attack the base which I get like in Legend League, and that's how it works. So what we're doing on this one, we're taking out once again the flanking Inferno Tower, and then we want to walk into the Town Hall, like we're always, not always, but nearly always doing, just to make sure that we're getting the value we want to get. Then I'm using the Rage kind of early on, just to make sure that my Yeti Blimp is taking out the Inferno Tower, because that's kind of the key building in this one. And then my Queen is walking slowly towards the enemy Queen. We have the one Kokoloon. We had only one left, because we had to use a lot of them for the enemy air defense to tank for our blimp. Now 1 freeze to take out the enemy Queen, which means like it's saving basically 1 rage, so that's alright. And then 1 aggressive rage, because our Queen would kind of step into that, so she should be alright. Then the poison on the enemy clan castle. There are 3 ice scrimmers in there, which is totally fine for us. And now we're getting started with the hybrid into the Town Hall, like we always do. So, next one is replacing the King, Royal Champion behind, Warden, and all of the Miners and Hawk Riders in behind as well. Then we can use a juicy Warden ability in a second as soon as the Town Hall is activated, and then we can get into the back end. For now, our Queen is still alive. Queen is taking out all of the defenses around there. Now a couple of healers are switching, because there's not too much damage anymore on our Queen, so that's alright as well. We have a heal spell over the bomb tower, and this is looking actually pretty good. Obviously the Eagle is still staying, but we froze it. We have 1 more heal spell. We're using that to make our hybrid troops even more tanky against the enemy Royal Champ. And so far it's looking great. Like, we have our Queen ability still left, we have our Royal Champ ability still left, and there are not too many traps left anymore, like too many trap possibilities in that sense. Placing a couple of cleanup troops on the left and on the right side, and that should be it for the first freaking base. So as you guys know, one more quick time, even though you guys know it already, if you're facing any teaser bases, there are 2 options. Charge into the Town Hall if there's not too much damage. The second option is charge into the Town Hall, not directly, but from the flank. If there's an Inferno Tower which annoys you, just get rid of it with the Yeti Blimp. If it's like kind of strangely placed, or if there's a sweeper next to it, just use the Schlemmer and come from a different angle and outsmart the defender. And that's how you beat all of those teaser bases. So what we should do now is let's get to the next base. Let's get to the next attack. And let's hope that it's not going to be another teaser base, because, well, we want to have some different things, like some different bases to attack. And, well, let's jump over there and get another look at our next base. And once again, using all of the different siege machines is always key in those attacks. On this one, we're going once again with the Yeti Blimp though, because this is actually, I think it's pretty close, or at least one of our bases we're using in Tribe. Nick built the base, So let's see if I can somehow figure out how to triple this base. Even though he's using like 4 ground exposed, which means like this base is completely wrecked by E-Directs. But against ground, it defends so far insanely well. In all of our matches, we are still using that base. So if you guys want to copy any good bases, this one is doing a pretty good job. So we're starting off with our Yeti Blimp into the Singing Inferno Tower. We want to get rid of the Singing Inferno Tower nice and early, using the Rage Spell over there. To be honest, I'm not 100% sure if that was the right choice, if I should have done that, or maybe just save the Rage ability for later on. But now watching it once again, I feel like the Rage did not really give too much value over there. But well, let's see how the attack works. So Queen is getting out there, doing her thing. The CC is sadly going for our wizard first, which means the Queen is getting deeper into the side, which means there's more damage on our Queen instead of the Clancaster going straight for our Queen. So that's kind of unfortunate. But so far everything is still looking good. No rage needed for now. We should use the rage in a second though, to make sure that we're first keeping our Queen alive, and second of all, making sure that we're getting those wall breakers into the wall, triggering all of the traps. We do not want to have like any double layer wall breakers, whatever. So we just go for the one layer wall break, and then our Queen can basically run out of the base again. The only goal which we want to go for is the enemy town hall. That's like the key structure we want to go for in this one. And then another rage to keep our Queen alive. And well, now we can get started with our king and the hybrid. And we have to choose a flank, we have to choose a side which is kind of wide, but I think it should be alright for our hybrid. We have to freeze the town hall. We have to freeze the town hall one more time to make sure that a couple of more healers staying alive, and obviously the town hall is going down. And now the hybrid is coming in. King is funneling his way onto the right side. Hybrid troops are coming in. 2 more heal spells for us. First heal spell is going onto the bomb tower and on the enemy Queen. Warden is following nicely, so we can use the Warden ability. And there are actually 2 heroes out there, which means like the enemy Queen and the enemy Royal Champ. So there's a lot of damage. We sadly don't have any more free spells for the enemy heroes, but we still have a ton of troops left, which are doing their job over there. And then obviously the Queen is running on the outside again, being the MVP of this one and trying to stay alive. We still have the Royal Champ ability. The only bad thing about this is going to be the time. Time is ticking lower and lower. Royal Champ ability to take out the scatter shot. She can take out the scatter shot barely, but there's too much damage, or is there too much damage on our Queen? Can the Queen survive somehow? The Queen is going down, and with this freaking unlucky thing, the Queen is going down, and this is going to be a time fail. That's really unfortunate. I think we would have tripled that if the Queen would have stayed alive time-wise, because there's not too much left. The healers made sure that our miners stayed alive for long enough. Well, only the Expo alive, only the freaking Expo alive, and this means this is going to be a 96 time fail. That's kind of unfortunate, but I mean, sometimes there are those days where nothing is really going your way, and if you can save those, then you're good to go, because there are always better days as well. This is going to be the next base with this like classic 3 Inferno Tower setup around the town hall. I think most of you guys who were already in Legend League know this base. It's super popular. A lot of people like to use this base. And there are a couple of different approaches on how to attack this base. The approach I like the most is walking into this really long channel at the bottom, if it's there. Like some bases of this kind are not using this long channel anymore because it makes this base kind of weak. But some people are still using the older versions. So what we're doing in this one, we're trying to wall break in at the mortar, and that's kind of important that we're actually wall breaking in at the mortar. If you're not getting that wall break, the attack is kind of over. So it's a risky attack as well. Our Queen is slowly but surely making it into this long channel, starting off her way and then luring out the clan cast as soon as she's approaching the enemy scatter shot. But one thing which is always a bit risky is that we're taking out the enemy, or like we're getting into the range of the enemy Single Inferno Tower as well. So you always have to time that to make sure that the freeze is getting the maximum value, which means you do not want to immediately throw your freeze. You always want to wait a couple of seconds as soon as the beam is like getting stronger, beaming up your Queen. That's kind of the key in this one. And well, the next thing to do for me is to place the siege barracks and the king at the top side, and then we have the hybrid into the town hall. That's like the plan, and the overall goal for this attack. We had to use a lot of wizards and everything already and the minion to get rid of the Dark Elixir storage to make sure that our queen is going the right way. But with this, we don't have any cleanup troops right now. We took the archer, or like we used the archer for using the, or like getting rid of the lava pups, which means like there's not too much left anymore to actually get like cleanup going. So we have to make sure that this is not going to be a time fall with like clever usage of our hero abilities and the last remaining couple of troops and spells, obviously. So hybrid troops are getting into the last danger zone of this base, which is going to be the scatter shot and the enemy queen. This is why I'm healing that early as well, because this is like the last remaining danger zone to get through. And if I'm getting enough troops to stay healthy around this area of the base, then I'm totally fine. So from now on, we have to kind of think about what can we do to actually get the cleanup going, because we have one build hut on the right side and we have a ton of buildings on the left side which are not getting covered by any defenses, but we have only wall breakers and a couple of loons to go. So what I'm doing right now is I'm using the Royal Chain ability nice and early to make sure that all of the defenses are down, and with this we can just use the loons on the builder hut, on the corner builder hut, and on the spare factory. We're waiting if there's any black mine on the right side, and as soon as we know that the builder is going down, we're using the loon, and this should be another triple for us. So this is going to be the last attack of this episode, but what we should do next is check out where we finished and how the league day went overall. And well, let's see how the day went, and let's see where we finish the day number 6 for the Legend League challenge, which means like one more day to go for tomorrow, and then we can take a look at our base as well. So the league day actually went pretty horrible. That's how it is. We had a 1-star, the first 1-star of the week, which I did not have due to disconnect or whatever. We had only 2 triples, which isn't too much either, sadly. We had a lot of time fails. The last attack wasn't any better as well. So a little bit bad luck, a little bit poor attacking, everything combined makes a day like this. But where we are at right now, we are actually at rank 5 right now in Germany, which is pretty decent, saying that we only pushed 6 days. So that's pretty good. And well, but like I said, like the Legend Day didn't work at all for us. We are right now 341 in the world, which isn't too bad either. We're getting another defense in, so we're not taking a look at that, because this would mean that we're dropping a bit more, because guys, you can tell it, we have only 2 defenses in at this point of the video, so we will drop a little bit more, but still, for now, number 5 in Germany, which isn't too bad. So thank you guys so much for watching. I will see you guys back tomorrow, and we'll take a look where we will finish after 7 days of pushing.